All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Tonight we are going to just recap our first table to farm dinner and acknowledge everyone who took part in that and give everybody the acknowledgement that they deserve, right? So that's this evening's a special episode. Okay, so I am going to invite Lizzie. Would you feel comfortable with starting us off?
Yeah,
sharing about the dinner?
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, this whole week before the dinner, 2 weeks before the dinner, has just been an incredible collaboration of the entire community coming together and supporting me and the Antioch Urban Growers so that we can continue to be successful and create educational opportunities for people to learn how to live better, happier, healthier lives, right? So I guess I'll just start off listing people that I can remember for now. I mean, I want to thank every single person because I know that everybody had their hands in this thing, but I'll just start off with, my main team, Dylan and Michael and Danny, Mark and Maggie. So Dylan was the marketing. He got people together and to come and made it visible on all the social medias, did a lot of work of creating all these beautiful media to send out to people and making sure that everything was organized and that I had nice numbers of what people were wanting so that I could keep myself organized of what to make. And then he also really took over the decorating and everything. So it just came together beautifully. It was such a romantic setting at the end of the night, and it was wonderful. I didn't have to worry about any of that. I could just let him take over. So thank you to him for that. And Danny, she was incredibly helpful with prep, and the 2 days before the dinner was just like by my side in the kitchen, slaving away. Beautifying, the space and the bathroom as well during the night of the event, and just being there to like help prep the food and get the plates out to people. And Mark and Maggie, I want to thank Mark for and Michael, come back to that. Michael for being the best dishwasher ever, #1 dishwasher ever. But also just like being able and willing to kind of step in wherever I needed help, and above and beyond gave me everything that I needed to make this night a success. Mark, thank you for your generosity, for every time I come to you asking for things and like thinking that it's going to be too much to ask for. You're always like, take whatever you need here. How about this solution? For example, I came in and I needed some basil like last minute. And I was like, do you have any just extra flats of basil around that I could use? And he was like, well, no, but I have these that I bought, and maybe you could have a couple of those. Just take them. And then we were both like, well, what else could we do to make this, beneficial for both of us? And figured out that I could just snip off the tops of the basils and have the basil I needed and keep the product for him. And not only that, but like make it even more abundant and overflowing, right? Because that's herbs. And herbs are the most beautiful plant, and I want to be like an herb, and our community is like an herb to me, where you can just kind of pick off the leaves and the things that you need when you need it, and then it just keeps wanting to give you more and just wants to like help you and support you and make your food delicious. Okay, not that I'm going to cook any people up, but you guys helped me make a delicious meal for sure. Okay, and then Maggie, I want to thank you for just keeping me organized, keeping me on track, seeing my blind spots and stepping in the night of the dinner where I didn't even know that I needed help, but she was there, and it was just like I was just incredibly grateful for all the help that she provided, and the joy that she brought to that back area, kept everything smooth and moving along. It was awesome. And then I want to thank Jess for killing all those ducks with a sprained ankle like a badass. And providing all these dishes and coordinating it so that they could get to me when I needed them. I mean, that saved a ton of money and a ton of time. So, and yeah, getting all those ducks was incredible. They were delicious. Everybody loved it. It was the first time some people had even had duck. So that was all because Jess was willing to come down and be there that day and do all of that for us. So thank you for that. And then Kathy gave me some milk, but she also let me peruse her property and find. I looked for morels, didn't find any. That's okay, but I did find lots of delicious wild edibles and herbs and things that she has been cultivating for years and has been loving and tending to, like the medicine woman that she is. And so I wouldn't have had such a deep beautiful broth for my soup if I didn't have her herbs to do that. You know, it would have been just really so lackluster. So thank you for that. Oh, and thank you for Maggie for suggesting that we go out there and help her do that, because you know we were just going to go out there and just kind of, you know, do a little trade, take some tables and be on our way, but she was like, no, let's stay and let's like help her fix up the place, you know. And that's what community is all about, and that made the experience like 10 times more fulfilling and successful for everyone involved. So I really love that. I mean, that's an example of the times when you just see the blind spots that I don't see. So thank you for always doing that. And Mac, he was also, you know, he's a grower at AUG. So he's growing a lot of this stuff that went into the meal, like the spinach and the onions that I was able to take and everything. So he was incredibly helpful for doing that. And he tried to catch me some fish. So I'll give him some credit for at least trying. Didn't get any, but that's how it goes sometimes. So I at least appreciate the time and effort that he put into it. And lastly, I've got on here, Levi was actually really helpful as well. I mean, he came through with some beautiful pictures at the end of the night. We kind of roped him into helping with the prep since he was back there in the prep area. And he didn't say no, so I was grateful for that. Willing volunteers are always lovely. So the community just, you know, they came together. We had all the chairs, the tables. It didn't look like we would have everything that we needed. And the last minute, it all just fell into place. So yeah, I was like a small part of this whole thing. It was really just everyone that put this together. So thank you, everybody.
Yay!
Woo. Anybody else want to throw some in there?
Hey, Lizzie, how about Nick and Oscar?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How did you even know about Oscar? I don't know. But Oscar, he provided this amazing cheese, works at a Green Dirt Farm and is an incredible cook himself, chef actually. And so he makes cheeses just in his basement. And I was like, hey, do you got anything that I could use? And he was like, yeah, come over here, taste test all these cheeses. Gave me a really great price and great deal. Just really wants to support this whole thing that we're up to. So yes, thank you, Oscar. And then Nick, also, he actually did catch the catfish. So it was weeks ago, and just like on a whim, they were like, hey, do you want some catfish? And I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally use that. So I was hoping I would get some more and wouldn't have to use the one that he caught, but I used his, and it was incredible and excellent and delicious. So it, yeah, thank you. Again, pointing out the blind spots. I love you.
Love you.
See, I don't have any more blind spots in my life now. Maggie has found them all.
I point them out to her.
Every day she finds one or two more. But that's just ones that have recently sprouted up. I'm just about virgin again here.
That's just the kind of bright light she is, just shining bright on all the dark spots. Yeah. Okay. So did anybody else want to throw anything in there? Michael, did you have any you wanted to add or anything?
Don.
Nope. Don. Yeah, he came and was doing balloons for everybody, as he does, which is wonderful because I don't think any of us are really kid people. So the fact that he's there is just like, okay, good. The kids will have the entertainment. We can focus on the adults. But yeah, he was making it for adults too. What?
I said Dan came through a few times. I'm sure he
Oh my
contributed somewhere.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Propane, the burner. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, that too. That was something Levi helped with too. He got that all set up. We were afraid it wasn't going to be working, and then it was working. He figured out a way to make it work. So yes, Dan for providing those things, and the silverware when we didn't think we had enough silverware too. They donated some silverware to us. Yep. Everybody had a hand in this.
The rooster.
God.
Yeah.
The rooster. Everybody loved the rooster.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was our ambiance. That was the music in the background.
That's about it.
And Michael,
Oh.
well, hang on, Lizzie asked Michael a minute ago if he hadn't had anybody. Want to give him a chance to answer. You want to finish your meat? I'm sorry, Michael. You want to finish eating? You finish eating. Sorry, Mark. Continue.
Well, actually, I would like to put up the pictures.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then we can actually start looking at it. If that's okay, I mean,
Yes.
then you can describe it.
okay.
Cool.
All right, here they come. I think. Let's see here. All right. Can you see them?
Yes.
Good. So he's got a time lapse he did too, from just about this same angle of the whole event. A snapshot every 30 minutes. He says it's about a 5-minute long video and it's incredible.
Cool. Can we watch
So,
that? Do you have that?
Look at this one. I love this one.
Yeah. It's the best. Do you have the time lapse too?
No. He's got that.
Okay.
That's all of them.
Oh,
Yay.
and Randy White was there.
That is
Right.
so beautiful.
Isn't that
Yeah.
beautiful?
Oh my gosh. What an amazing ambiance.
Yeah.
One of the people there was the owner of the first farm to table
Oh
restaurant in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Her name was, what's the name of the bistro?
Bluebird Bistro. I forget her name though. Oops.
But yeah, she was right there, and there was a table of her friends sitting right under the grapevines, and they were very, very talkative. I spoke with them all personally, and was able to share background information on what they were eating and how and who you are. You know, I said, yeah, I work with the cook right back there in the dirt.
Yes.
She's awesome. Yeah. Anyway.
And she was cool. She was like super laid back, very friendly, loved the food. It was just such an honor to have her attend the event. Gosh, it's awesome.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Who else? I mean, so many people.
Yeah.
So
Everybody.
many wonderful things. I want to, yeah, Hank provided ambiance as well. Hank was there.
Yeah. And
That's our
Pete
dog.
and Petunia, you know, they were kind of friendly, hanging out there for a bit.
I would acknowledge Michael for coming to the rescue so many times. The dishes and the soup and the noodles and the cheesecake and I mean tables, chairs, dishes, helping serve our guests. I mean, just like so many things. Thank you, Michael. You were like, the whole thing would have not have happened without you.
Yep. Superhero.
And what's her name? Beulah?
Oh, Big Red.
Big Red.
Big red miracle truck, man.
The miracle truck. The
Superhero.
Dan the man fix.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Okay, Michael, what would
Oh my
you like
God.
to say?
I can only imagine the workout it got that night.
Yeah.
Well, you got me in between bites. So I wrote off a list of accomplishments acknowledgments and accomplishments that I would like to go ahead and share with you all. First off, Mark, Maggie, holy shit, we would not have been able to do nearly something of this magnitude without you both like collaborating together and like working with us in order to feed all these people. And holy crap, I'm already getting like I'm already catching wind from folks who heard about the dinner and are just like, I'm on the waiting list. I gotta check out this dinner. My friend keeps telling me, oh my gosh, your guys' food is kick ass. We have to go. We want in, man. And so I've been doing a crap ton of networking for the past several days. Oh my gosh, I am tired, but I'm a happy tired. I'm just like, oh man, I can't wait to share this with someone. Let's see. I want to acknowledge Maggie. Maggie, you were phenomenal throughout that entire event, because when things got going and I did not have a second to stop and focus thoughts into a sentence that did not sound like a robot, you gave me a minute, you pulled me aside, you're like, take a breath. Thank you, Maggie. And like as soon as that happened, I was able to start firing things off much quicker, but a lot more focused and a lot more balanced out, and everything just so smooth. Well, Jess, thank you. You are an angel. Thank you so much for all your help, especially with the ducks. I that was one of my blind spots. The ducks. I had forgotten about the ducks. Thank you so much for all your assistance in like help getting them ready, like help getting them prepped. Oh my goodness. James, your job is tough, man, with how much like technical work you've been like dishing out all across the board on Discord, man. Thank you for not only getting the words out, help us with our programming, help it just, dude, you're a freaking computer whiz, man. Thank you so much. Liz, you know, every single day I could tell you some of the most poetic things that some people have, like take a moment to to collaborate or and comprehend. And because I'm always trying to figure out some way to show you how much I appreciate all the work you do, not only just on yourself, but given all the work and effort you put into helping encourage our community, the character development, everything. I appreciate that you were, even through all that, you still found time to connect and conversate about the accomplishments. This stuff was not easy. This like 19 etc 1900 just off of one night, damn near hit two grand. That is impressive. That is not easy. And you were able to share what you were wanting to envision and what you were wanting to bring out and share with the community. And I also appreciate and acknowledge that all, like, even throughout all those busy times, you still were willing to pull me aside and still talk to me and make sure there was clear communication and what we wanted to do, how we wanted to get things done, and like still wanting to know that I was there with you and still to the ends of the earth, my dear, still willing to work towards this goal, because that is very much something I I do. I do very much believe in this goal. I absolutely have no interest in running out on it or running out on you. This was a kick-ass event.
Thank you.
Also, I tried the food. It's almost gone. Those dumplings were kick. Oh man. Oh man. As soon as I sank my teeth into it, it was just like this like really warm, creamy, like almost like warm texture. It was airy, fluffy, and the savory flavor. I loved the broth that went with it. I even threw it in like into a salad.
Mm.
Oh man, I only got a little bit more broth left, and I maybe possibly have 1 or 2 dumplings left. This was a really, really good meal. I am so happy I ate something.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're making me hungry though, Michael. I want some of this food too.
Yeah, I had some extra focaccia mix. Sorry, Michael, were you complete? Okay, I just want to throw in a little side note, I guess. But anyway, I had some extra focaccia bread mix, and so I had left it kind of out, honestly, to like ferment a little bit longer because it wasn't wanting to rise for me. But I ended up like rolling it up into little balls and throwing it into this leftover French onion soup. So it like made little dumplings, and it turned out really good. Jess, have you ever had pine bark flour in anything? It's incredible. It's so cool. It's so fun. Okay, go ahead, Michael.
Actually, there was one more. I also want to acknowledge all the. You were right. Dylan did a kick-ass job on setting that place up. Excellent photos, man.
Mhm.
Nicely done. Loved the mood lighting. The salt lamps were a nice touch, especially when it got dark. Lit up the place very nicely.
Mhm. Thank you.
So I want to acknowledge you as well, Lizzie, for creating this whole thing. This is your baby. This is your idea. You enrolled us all in the idea, got us all on board, organized us, asked for what you needed. We came through or didn't. You adjusted. You were marvelous, absolutely marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Your food, well, the cheesecake. Well, actually, I only kind of got the cheesecake, honestly. I think I had like 1.5 pieces because somebody left half of theirs on their plate, which I could not fucking believe at all. I was like, what?
You know why those dishes were so clean?
Not many dishes were going back with food on them.
Oh,
Not many dishes were going back with food on them. I mean, it was incredible. It was really, really, really incredible. Really. And Danny, when she watches this, Danny, it was incredible. Oh, I want to thank you both for kind of like letting me just make orders.
Letting you be the queen that you are, yes.
Right? It was so fun to put on like, cocktail waitress Maggie again. It was so fun. So I don't know if people were expecting that, but yeah, that's what they got, penny slots. Yep. This is the kind of tude you get. It was so wonderful. It was just so wonderful to serve our guests, to really, no kidding, like every single guest, I interacted with every single guest. So that was just lovely, really. Who else I want to know? Dylan for the decorations and the setup and the, just making like putting together Christmas lights, like that's aggravating. So, oh my gosh, Dylan. And who else? Nick for catching the fish and all the contributions he's made to those gardens being able to produce food, right? Like those gardens were dry as a bone when he stepped in a couple years ago, and like they are now so abundant. It's amazing. And Mac for the current gardens and all the contribution he makes to the infrastructure of the farm that make the spaces functional for us to grow in and for us to teach other people to grow in and for him to teach other people to grow in, and his family is amazing, and their contribution to all of the gardens, and I mean it's just like it goes on and on and on and on, and for helping slaughter the ducks that day with Jess, and for providing first aid when she twisted her ankle in the parking lot, just like, oh my gosh, I mean, and Jess for doing all that with a bad ankle and everything. I mean, it's incredible. Thank you. Driving all the way here, spending all that time. I mean, quick, efficient. I mean, Mac was full of praise about the way you showed him how to do the butchering, just quick and efficient, just like gets like done, right? And humane. Incredibly humane. Which is important, right? Which is really important. Michael, I just saw you had your hand raised. What would you like to say?
Yeah, I also wanted to acknowledge Danny that even with how busy things got, yeah, as everyone said, she jumped right in. She helped on maintenance of the dishes, collaborated with people, and helped pick up where anything was needed. I also want to commend her for the kind words that she shared, and was really compassionate throughout the evening and really helpful. That's all.
Yay. Oh, I also want to acknowledge Mark for just letting us completely take over.
That
For
might-
trusting us.
I don't know that he ever actually said yes. It just kind of happened, and it all kind of worked. And I also want to acknowledge you and Levi for, entertaining people the night of the dinner, like being the most incredible hosts for our farm and for our community, like ambassadors of who we are and what we're up to in the world and with each other. Like, that was incredible. That gave us all an opportunity to kind of get the back of the house bits together to get the ball rolling. So that was just the event. Like, it was really, really, it was just like this whole, it wasn't just dinner, right? It really was like a show. Dinner with a show. And they got meet the farmer and like all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So is there anyone else, Lizzie, that you sourced anything from local, whether they're in our community or you're likely to watch this or not, that you would like to acknowledge for what they contributed?
Oh, I mean, yeah, off the top of my head, I can think of a few. Beehole Again Farm provided the raw milk dairy for the kefir. And Beautiful Day Farms made that really excellent rhubarb ginger jam that was on the lemon shortbread cookies. And trying to think, Bryson Farms, they're a vendor that's up at the River Market, farmers market often every weekend, and they just always have I don't know, it's impressive. It's like almost like the level of the like James and Jaylene's place, like how much they produce and provide. So I can always count on them for anything that I can't find anywhere else. They even had morels if I wanted to buy them at that price, but I didn't. But I got some other things from them. So a lot of asparagus. That was like, that was the asparagus in the meal. And actually I did use, I think, a few carrots from your guys' CSA bag from James and Jaylene. I'm blanking on the name. Fruitful Hills. So that went in there. And the wine that you guys made. I didn't say that, but that was in the French onion soup. That made that French onion soup. So thank you guys for creating that last year and letting me borrow some of it for that soup. Okay, I don't know. I think that's all I can think of right now.
Wow, I'd forgotten about the wine. Thank you, Lizzie.
Yeah, so much stuff. Oh, and Levi got the bathroom working, so that kudos to him for making sure that we had a nice usable toilet for the event.
Mhm.
Those
It
things
worked.
that you don't think about, but you definitely need. Right.
And Mark for running and filling up water bottles.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Actually, it was real smooth. It was real
Mhm.
smooth. Even before you guys got there, I already had the tables moved. Who helped me move those tables? Dan helped me move a table. Michael helped me move a table. So everything
gosh.
just, even when Dylan got there, we already had the tables set up and chairs were coming out, and it was just like, it just took on a life of its own, really.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, next time we can be much more prepared.
Right. Yeah. I have lots of notes about all the points and things, and Danny's got lots of notes. And if you guys have any notes to give me, I would love to have them so that we can just tighten up all those loose ends. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can we look at the pictures one more time, just to get one more glimpse? Maggie
Sure.
went through them kind of fast.
I
think.
did? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'll go slower this time.
And can you zoom in on stuff like that? You probably can.
Don't know.
Ooh.
Try.
I zoomed mine in.
Yeah, I don't know that I can zoom mine in much.
I can also edit it.
Well, there it did something. Yeah, I can also turn that off.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Funny side note. Okay, this is like for all the people that went through Landmark. Oh, sorry. I don't know how do I erase my squiggle there? My bad.
I'll get it. I think I can get it.
Okay, but you guys remember, I don't know if you remember during Landmark, at one point she was like sharing the screen or something, and then a little squiggle like just randomly showed up on the screen, and she was like, I don't know where that came from. We'll try to take that care of that. Well, I was the one who put it on there because like for some reason I had like editing capabilities, and I was like, oh, can I do something? And I like did it.
That was you. Well, that was me that was figuring out how to take it off, probably.
That's
awesome. That's awesome, Lizzie. That's awesome. Let me see if I can make it bigger on our end. Now that I have access to some of my buttons.
okay.
Okay, there. That's
Cool.
bigger on my end.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay. So, oh gosh. I mean, the grapevines were just perfect. Like, you could tell they were grapevines.
Right.
We got to talk to people about them. Yeah.
We didn't get a chance to get this set string of lights. The other one,
Working,
we
yeah.
never, that would have been look. We just had to.
All right.
Anyway, that's.
Yeah, I just forgot about it. Whoops.
No, we had no extension. We didn't have enough.
Oh, okay.
We were kind of unorganized in that department, really.
That's
We had
fine.
we had all kinds of stuff going different directions.
Yeah.
Right.
But it worked great.
I
Yeah.
loved like the family style seating, and just everybody just kind of, we didn't have any private groups, that they were all merging together mostly. And
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I wanted to create. And it helped service, it helped take pressure off the service because they were like enjoying their conversation so much they didn't even realize that it was taking 30 minutes to get their food.
Right.
How many people were on the waiting list?
Oh, just a few. So we only went slightly over for that. Yeah. Maybe like a half dozen or so.
I think this one's still my favorite because it's like the twinkle lights and the grapevines, and everybody's just talking, and
Totally.
nobody's on their phone. so great.
Yeah. And you said you made sales of plants too that night, right, Mark? So yay.
Yes, I did. Mhm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and surrounded by our babies. It's surrounded by heirloom tomato plants and
Yeah.
pepper plants and all naturally grown, all that.
Heck yeah. So good.
I can't wait to see the time lapse too. Oh my gosh. That's gonna be
Me too.
so rad. Oh look, I think she knew you were taking a picture and smiling. Yeah.
Whose pictures are these?
These are Levi's. These are Levi's pictures. He shared them with me. All photo credit to Levi on these.
Mhm.
Joel got some pictures too. I need to create a shared Google Drive or a shared photo album so we can just start uploading all of our photos for the year into that album because we can come back later and do cool stuff with it.
Yes.
So that's all of them.
And can you imagine, in what was that, a month ago, that place was a junkyard.
Man cave.
Man cave
Yeah.
central. So you know what? The Evan and Aiden,
Mhm.
they help move stuff too. You know what? We need to put them on there because they help move stuff, make soil, and
They made all the babies just about,
they help me build the tables. and stuff.
meaning all those little plants. This is the seed. This is all their babies.
Nice.
They put all the seeds in the soil and potted them up, everything. This is all Evan and Aiden.
Yep.
Northland Caps interns, the best ever. Okay. Is there anything anyone would like to say about the Table to Farm Underground Dinner Club dinner special? Yes, Michael.
I want to like to acknowledge the layout that we got set up. The greenhouse is huge, and there's tons of plants and flowers everywhere. There's also a lot of stuff that we need for the plants that have to stay close to a lot of the greenery. And the fact that Liz, another brag to you, the fact that you were able to set this up and you collaborated with Dylan to try to make sure we were able to fit as many people in there safely as possible. That was tricky, and you both were able to like lay it out, figure out how you want it, how it wants to be conducted. Again, very tricky, yet you pulled it off spectacularly, and the outcome of it was just out of this freaking world.
Mhm.
Everyone here, this in my just from my own perspective, this was everything I wanted to see in dinner.
Mhm.
That's all I got for
It was magical. Mhm.
Actually, I'd like to share.
You go right ahead.
I'd like to share. It keeps making me want to cry. That's the
Oh.
best thing ever.
Mhm.
Oh wow. That's all I can say. It just makes me want to keep. Oh, I've cried for other reasons. And I've cried for, these are the kind of cries you want, where it just comes up, kind of chokes you up here and goes, that feels so good. You just got to let your tears flow out and your eyes connect with, and your hearts connect with.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, it's just so much more than, anything else. I'm just really thankful. And, just thank you for making me cry.
Yeah. Okay. Before we complete the conversation for the evening, I want to wish James a happy birthday.
Da, 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 da. Ready to sing it. Everybody
Ready?
go.
Ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
you.
Happy birthday, dear James. Happy birthday to you.
If
Um,
I may real quick. Mark, what you just said a minute ago, I could not agree more. Thank you.
Yeah, I've never been so exhausted, but still felt like I had so much energy because it was just all exciting and fulfilling, and it was not draining at all. It just seemed like it added more to me. It was weird. It was awesome. It was a great experience. Thank you all for making this magic happen. We are causing change in the world. This is how the revolution begins. Well, we already began it. This is how it keeps going.
It's going.
Everybody put your hands up. Everybody did this thing. Me and
Oh
Michael
no.
me and Michael did this at the same time.
Yay.
It all was Fred and yoga. We're doing yoga now.
Yoga. Good.
Yoga. Okay, speaking of, you guys should do the May month yoga. I'd started doing that one. It's like it's all beginner stuff, flow. It's fun.
May month.
Okay.
I recommend it. I'll share it on the Discord for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do we want to start another commitment of yoga? I'd be up for it.
Yeah, it'd have to start earlier.
or later.
Right.
Okay, well, I guess it could start just a little bit earlier, like 7:30.
I would like to discuss this when we're not recording.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Are we complete with the acknowledgement of everything and everyone, for as much as we can, at least try to capture that for the Locavore Underground Dinner Club first table to farm dinner?
Complete.
Good. All right. Did that work? I hit the stop button.
Mm.